Have you ever been in an argument where you feel like the more you try to explain yourself, the more you lose? Well, today we're going to break down a really powerful, kind of counterintuitive strategy for dealing with manipulative people, and it comes straight from Stoic wisdom. See, it's not about fighting harder. It's about a total shift in strategy. It's about winning by refusing to play their game at all. Okay, so let's just jump right into this idea, because this is a big one. What does it even mean to starve someone in a conflict? It means you have to cut off their main source of power. And, what is that power source? It's probably not what you think it is.
So to really get this strategy, we first have to understand the core addiction that drives this kind of manipulative behavior. It's like this bottomless hunger for something that you provide, a lot of times without even realizing you're doing it.
And here it is. This is the heart of it. They feed on something called chaos fuel. Just think about it for a second. Every single time you get upset, every time you jump to defend yourself, every time you get sucked into their drama, you are literally handing them a full tank of gas. Your emotional reaction isn't just a side effect. It's the very thing that makes them feel powerful and in control.
And this leads us to a really crucial, almost painful realization. If your reaction is their fuel, then pretty much every instinct you have to fight back is actually making things worse. You think you're fighting to win, but you're actually just serving them the victory on a silver platter. This slide just lays the whole trap out perfectly. Look at that left column. These are our natural human instincts, right? We want to argue our point. We want to defend ourselves. We want to explain our feelings. But then look at the right. Each one of those instincts leads directly to giving them exactly what they crave: fuel, chaos, and a win for them. You think you're playing a game of chess, but they're just there to flip the whole board over.
So, if all of our natural instincts are setting us up to fail, what's the alternative? This is where we make the pivot. We have to stop thinking about this as a normal fight. It's a totally different kind of war, and that means it requires a completely different kind of weapon.
So what is this secret weapon? What's the one thing you can do that they have absolutely positively no defense against?
That's it, your indifference. Not anger, not hatred, not even a pointed dramatic coldness, just a calm, detached indifference. It's the simple but incredibly powerful act of showing them that their words and actions have zero emotional impact on you. None.
This quote just nails the power shift, doesn't it? Being indifferent isn't passive, it's not weak, it is profoundly strategic. That silence you create isn't empty, it's a fortress wall. See, they're always ready for a fight, they expect you to push back. But when you give them nothing but silence, they realize they have nothing to attack. They have no leverage, they have nothing.
Okay, so how do we actually put this into practice? Well, it breaks down into 3 pretty simple steps. First, you just observe. You watch their attempts to get a rise out of you, but you do it with a kind of scientific detachment. Second, you withdraw. You consciously hold back your emotional energy. You just refuse to engage. And finally, you embrace the quiet. You just let their chaos starve in the silence that you've built.
Now this is where it gets really interesting. What actually happens when you cut off their fuel supply? Well, the result is surprisingly predictable, and it tends to unfold in these clear, escalating stages. The very first thing they're going to feel is confusion. You're not following the script, the script they wrote for you. They pull the lever for drama, and nothing happens. This is so unsettling for them because their entire worldview is built on being able to predict and control how other people react. You've just broken their reality.
So when confusion doesn't get them what they want, it escalates. It becomes desperation. They will double down. They'll try harder. They'll get louder. They might say even more outrageous things. Anything to get just a tiny spark of that old reaction. They might bring up some old fight or make a wild accusation. They are just desperately trying to get you to refuel them with that chaos energy.
And when desperation fails, panic. This is the moment their power completely collapses. It's a deep psychological panic because they realize, maybe for the first time, that they have absolutely no control over you. And for someone whose entire sense of self is built on that control, this isn't just frustrating, it's an existential threat. Their number one weapon is now useless against you. But, and this is so important, we have to understand the real endgame here. Seeing them panic isn't the victory. That's just a side effect. The real win, the whole point of this strategy, isn't about hurting them. It's about healing yourself. It's about reclaiming your own peace.
When you get right down to it, this strategy isn't an attack. It's actually a shield. You're making a conscious decision to take back your energy, to restore your own inner peace, and to flat out refuse to be a character in their drama anymore. You are simply choosing not to play. And that kind of leaves us with a final thought to chew on. in a world that so often tells us to stand up and fight back. Maybe, just maybe, in some battles, the only winning move is to refuse to play at all. What do you think?
If you liked the video, subscribe